Hi guys, this is Diana Ennis here, Stages of Fae. Until I get a tripod so I can have my hands on the table, I'm going to try it this way because it's too bright today. So, as you're fully aware, we went into a palindrome yesterday. I think some of you guys will be in it right now or sleeping through it. I don't know, something like that. But here we go. We're going to start again. I've got as many cards as I have to actually show you. So, as you know, that 2025 is the wishing card for a whole year. So there's 45. 4 is the Emperor. 5 is the Hierophant, the right-hand brain. This is how you manifest your fourfold. 4 and 5 is 9. You can see the Fool. The 22 is in there. So there's lots of that 0 playing very strongly, especially this month. It started with the Joker, if I remember rightly. My extrapolation. Here is going to be the king of your emotions. This is being able to authorize and in your action manifest correctly how you're forging this. Here comes the 62, which is the Knight of Swords. He's leaving the building because he's done his work, or he's in the procedure of doing this. This is where you initiate your orientated action. You're driven to prosper. I'm reading from the cards because a lot of you guys are buying these cards, and I really do appreciate the way you're sticking to the most easiest way to learn. It's like riding the biggest bike, you know, because you're going to be able to see the same in any other card as long as they're not that cranky, because some of them are. So here you are with the 62, 6 masters, the 2 evens. How can you make these numbers is what I'm always looking for, the correlation between the numbers. So here, however you defend your beliefs, however you stand in your authority, because you're bending the cypress trees on this day, and you're moving up to the 8. Well, the star card is on the left-hand brain, and you're dealing with straight away the gravity of how you've rejuvenated every cell in your body and risen through the karmic understudy of your avatar. How you're able to actually break down everything that's happening in the body, mind and spirit when you do endeavor to go within, when you stand more than the test of time. Because you're being tested with your time, I can tell you that much. Here you are with the 8. How you actually move your time is incredibly important right now, because a lot of you are breaking the chains that have cast you. You've broken from the dream feeding system, and it's enabling you to step out. Well, when situations occur where you're on the dark night of the soul, this is where you are readjusting codes, which means new codes are coming in. This is common sense. It's whether or not you can hold your form to attain them. So this is why the 16 of whatever it is, you've been able to move through the sudden change, because 1 is the Magician, and 6 is the Mastery, the Lover's card, the dichotomy of dark and light. This is the balance of your yin and yang. These sudden changes here are all about how you're going to change with the options that you have dream-fed or removed from cast, and how you're now seeing what's hidden behind the trauma, and you've seen there's gems hiding, because they are all around your suffering, because this is how one learns. This is how this is designed until you break free. Until you can break free and forgive yourself. This is one of the biggest setups we have here. The truth is in your face always, if you can bear to look at it. So I might have to go for some of these bigger ones here. Let me see if I'm still recording, guys, because yes, I believe I am. Thank goodness, it would have drove me insane. So here, I'm going to put up the Empress. This is the new beginnings coming in, controlling these emotions, understanding what you're creating here with a wishing card, because it's a 9. 9's for the good, the bad and the ugly, eh? There's no indifference. It can read both poles, as above, so below. It's adaptation all the way home. And the 5 is only really going to work depending on how well you've forged your form, how well you've forged your armor. The institution, the religion, society, its rules. You see how I said that? The religion. I didn't mean to say it like that. But at the end of the day, this is how you've conformed. This is how you've trinitized from 0 to 7 and manifested into what it is today. This is all because of the conformity. How you move out of bonds, how you trust through wisdom and use that energy for the unexpected. I told you, this is the action of this month with your emotions. It's damn well unexpected. We are getting our little butts kicked here because of the emotion that we wouldn't control, because we was either, and many people do it, have the broken wing syndrome here. There's the hermit, the soul searching, going within into that state where you can contemplate correctly how to control those emotions, because this bad boy over here, he moves. He's gone like a dog shot in the backside, because he really wants to manifest with what he's even to understand here. This is about his justice. This is Aquarius in Capricorn. Well, Capricorn gives you what you want if you understand the payload. And of course, today is the 7 of Diamonds card. I have read it, but I've lost the plot, so let's not worry about that. So here we have here the Empress, the 3rd day of 45. Well, there's 3 times that 45. You've already got it there. This is where I'd be looking at your numbers right now to see how you're faring through. 6s will want to master. 7s will use spirit, which means they may move fast without that spiritual adaptation. They're going to have issues because they don't know how to listen to their own voice. So this sword comes in here, the 7 of Pentacles. I believe it's the Harvest card, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Now, and I will show you something. This is ridiculous. Look at this. This is what I had done. I can read that because I've done it for years. I get it, but many couldn't. So the biggest size that I've got, which are these ones here, are really good if you are doing this for people. And if you're teaching people, yes, go and get one this size. Otherwise, you need to get the normal sized paper. I'm sure that would be fine. But even if you look here on the date. So today is, I'll check the date. There it is, the 12th. Yep, check my 12th. January, February, March, April, May. Yep, the 7 of Diamonds. So there we are, bang on the money. Then we go over to the Tarot here. From the Fool card, 0 to the Hero, 22. Well, it's from the Fool to the Hero down here, 78 is 15. It's going to take you straight back to 6, the Lovers. The dichotomy of dark and light. We're dealing with this energy. We already know that. So this has got a lot to do with mastery. How you're actually looking at. I'll be looking hard at your numbers right now because this is leaving the building. This energy is leaving. So through this card here, and now I'm going to take it down here and go the 7 of Diamonds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the Harvest card, 71. 71 is palindromic, 71, 17. So the Star card is over here. This is where you're coming from, that greater understanding of your originality. This is where omens come in. This is where all you'll find your luminaries are now starting to be specific, because your success or prosperity, because well, no one wants to suck. I would say 17 being the star reducing to 8 is all about power. It has to be because of the 8 ball, because of the 8-8. And this is going to give you 16 over 7. The Charioteer is leaving the building. Whatever you've amassed, whatever you're working through this harvest that you're still going through, if your harvest is until a specific time on Lucy, because Lucy goes from the beginning to the end of time, I'm sure, you're going to find that the 3 is the 3rd day, the Hierophant and the Hierophant here and the Emperor. So you can look at these energies singularly and look across here and see what is actually fitting to your initiate, to your understanding, because you are the one who's going to shaman your own shit out of here. No one's going to do it for you. So here, everyone else around you are just players, really. You know, I'm not going to go there, but let's start on this 7 here. And this is the Harvest card. So spiritually, you're manifesting with that Magi how to control that 8. And you're playing with the 8 ball. So a lot of you guys with those 8s, those 7s, my Jakey, he left on a 178. I could see it. I could see this boy coming right back hard. And he left on 59, which was the Jacob's Ladder. This is the game of life here. And now we're sitting on 62. This is the Knight of Swords, what you've been able to amass from all of your understanding. Even if you've had to dive into old pockets of energy to retrieve whatever you was missing. It was paramount that you understood these sudden changes and how you removed what no longer served your purpose. The upheavals and the chaos is the recovery of how much you're loved. And this is this bad boy here. He's running in with his beliefs. You've got to know that the free fall is going to be the greatest reward here, because you are having faith. Faith with no work, right? So here you are. He's over here, but this is his heavy weight. So we've got to take him over here, because this is your Boaz and your Kim, the 2 poles. Look, let me get this right, because I've only got 1 8 there. I could get 2 8s out, but I mean, seriously, 62 is 8, 1 and 7 is 8. This is a portal. It's a path. The poles, they're even. This is what you're registering on. This is why I think it's paramount you read my posts, because it's going to enable you, if you feel that drive, and you can see that your numbers are coming in there, go check it. Go look at the calendar. Because you're coming out of a wave. It's palindromic, and it's leaving the building today. You see? If you have 3 there, it's 60, 15. Let me write it down. So you're going to go 61, 16. There's your 7, 7. There's the Queen of Pentacles there, moderating with the 5th, the Hierophant. That boy's over there. Now you're going to go 60 and then 15. Can you see? 15, 16, 17. 61 makes that 62. And there, he's leaving the building, you see? There it is. That is the key to the understanding of the Trinity that is forming this palindrome. There is a Trinity there, and it's 15, 16, 17. Removal of attachments, it comes in with hardcore with 60. 60 is going to be the 10 of Swords in the back. You guys have had real fun. You've had that dark night of the soul. This is where you're now coming into the understanding. And then the 61 comes in, the Page of Swords. This is how you're forging now the initiate, the information. And it's using spirit. This one is using 66 here, look. 66, 12, there's the Hanged Man for all my 63, 12 over 3s. For all my 14 over 5s. They're all in your codes. They're portals, paths. They're Pacific's paths, should I say, because it's their headers. And here you have 8-8. And this is where we are. Look at that, 8-8. If you remember last month, the Bob Hope left the building. You see, this was a time for this, and it's still going. It's still going. We've got Pisces we're playing with. We've got the moon. This is clipping out. This is where you're coming in. You're forging. You're rising if you can hold form. It's about holding form. So, of course, the Star card is here with the Knight of Swords right there. There is your Devil card there. We was all sitting on that. You should read the posts. You can see I lined this up beautifully. So, I don't know where my rubber's gone. Here it is. I don't know whether this is going to be any better. I'm getting a tripod so I can be live more often. Because at my age, I like my comfort. So, if I can do this with just my hands and I can talk to you for hours on end, I'm good with that. So let's see if we can make this happen. I do apologise. Well, I don't actually, because my dog was transitioning, and it was only fair that, because he spent his whole little life, 13 years, watching me do this. Incredible. Powerful. So this 7, I do believe, is the writing card. I could be wrong. I hope not. So I'll measure twice and not cut. Because I'm not telling you. This could be utter poppycock. I could be telling you lies. So we won't say that. But we know it's the harvest card. You can confirm that with your chart here. You can use your other chart here. And I won't break into the others until you're more familiar. Please tell me how you're getting on with the cards. What are your questions? Give me questions, because your incentive, I'm in silence all day. It is going to help to have you respond to me. Okay? So, there's your third day of 45, the wishing card. This is going to move in 9 days. The only ones that do move, and I'll show you at Christmas time how that works. But at the moment, this is where we're at. I do hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget the charioteer is leaving the building. This means your Boaz and your Kim, whatever you have worked, that there's a tower leaving. A tower, the sudden change, it cannot stay. It has to be resolved. Whatever it is you're working through here, I'd suggest you go read the posts. If you would like a story narrative of the whole tarot, tell me and I'll do that. But I just need a little bit of direction. I know what I would do, but I need to know who's listening, who really wants to have this understanding. Because let me tell you now, if I didn't know number, I would be a babbling idiot. I'm telling you that now. I would not be able to have even coped with my dogs passing. So if you want to know what number's going to do for you, it's going to keep your mind understanding what's going on around you so you can be the observer. And that's what numbers taught me, to anchor my intentions correctly. And that meant I was a better observer. So there's the observation for today. Hold on, don't let go, because the absolute of you is designed for this. A lot of you have 22 in your charts. But again, it's your form, because that 5 to 9 is 4. Because it's hiding in there. And if it's 41, it's hiding a deeper meaning. 4 and 1 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. That's the Ace of Wands. There is your 5th. So you have the Hierophant, the 5th. The 32, the 10 of Wands. There's another 5th. And 4 and 1 is a 5th. There's so much to learn here. There's so much gracefulness around these energies. And if you don't make any of the damn things personal, you can actually survive and get to know the truth. And I hope this is what I'm allowing you to do. So on that note, everybody, Panam.